One Strange Day by Matthew Meditz. Yeah, I was in a reading 94 class. That was one of my first classes that I had to take. And wouldn't you know, this is my first exam project. And I wrote a children's book. It's actually shorter than my first assignment that I did for this class, which was 12 pages long. And I actually got Daniel Garcia removed from school, and he didn't even grade this. I got an A on his assignment, and I did it in like 3 hours. I mean, the hardest thing was just finding the right pictures and all that good stuff. But, yeah. And this is at Green River Community College. Friggin'. Anyways. On with the story. In a quiet little suburban town, there was a young couple, Edward and Kristen. They were top-of-the-line black sheep with the darkest clouds over their heads. Murphy's Law ruled their lives. They were hoping that one day it would all change. Love is clumsy. I need to find my cited page. I'm off to the first day of college, Kristen, Edward said as he zipped up his jacket and walked out the door. Call me on your way home. I need you to pick up some items from the market, she replied. After nearly 10 years of being out of school, he finally decided to go back. It was Kristen's idea, as she wanted Edward to become something great. As Edward leaves the house, he stumbles over a fallen branch, drops his backpack, and nearly eats dirt. This is going to be a wonderful day, he says to himself. Edward gets into his car and drives to Rainbow Showers Community College. On his way, he stopped at the store to pick up a quick snack and a coffee. As he leaves the store, a woman on a bicycle approached him with a question. I'm sorry, I just moved here from the East Coast and I can't even get to school without my GPS, he explains to her. As she pedals off, she runs over his foot, causing him to flinch, flipping his coffee everywhere. Dreadfully, he gets back into his car and drives off, down the hill where his college resides. Oh no, I spilled coffee on myself. Well, on my shirt. I hope no one notices. Choose your ending. No one noticed! No one noticed. And it's his first day of class, and Edward is one of the oldest students in the classroom, not to mention he smelled like coffee, because he was wearing it. He doesn't know anyone, and is becoming pretty nervous. Right before class, he texted his lady. Kristen, this is awful. My heart is beating out of my chest. I spilled my coffee. What if I don't do well? She almost instantly replied, Dear, don't worry about it. Everyone else is feeling the same way. Go get him, sugar. She always had a way to make him smile enough to break the tension, which was good because class was about to begin. So yeah, I do have a few grammatical mistakes in here. But I don't need to be in no reading 9 to 4 class. Anyways, pardon me. Once class began, the teacher went right into the studies. Edward reached inside his pocket to get his pen when he realized it had exploded. His hand was covered in ink. Edward was relieved when class was over because he was completely embarrassed. He went on to call Kristen on the phone while driving using his hands-free device. This wasn't too bad aside from all the mishaps. I can't wait for tomorrow to see what doom comes my way. What do you need from the store, love muffin? Edward then drives to the store to get the fixins for dinner. Edward! How hard is it to get the right things from the store? You were on the phone with me right before you went into the store. How did you forget the eggs, chicken, and ice pops? Christine yelled to Edward. In a whimper, he replies, I didn't forget the ice pops. They didn't have any left. Christine again yells, flailing about, Why are you standing here? Go back and get the right stuff. Edward moved with haste back out to the store. Vroom. Edward is driving back from the store when he gets pulled over. The cop walks up to the car. License and registration? Nice hair. Edward was confused by that comment, but proceeded to get his paperwork. The cop returns back to his vehicle. All of a sudden, Edward's cell phone's going off. Oh no, he says to himself. He answers, Hi, Chris. Where are you? Every time I ask you to do something, she continues to ramble, and Edward's frustration is noticeable to the cop. As he walks back up to the car, I'm giving you a warning. Watch your speed through the school zones. And hey, write stuff down next time so you don't get yelled at. Thanks, officer. He picks the phone back up. Who are you talking to? Did you get arrested? Why can't you write stuff down? He lets her carry on as Edward reluctantly drives off. You mean a light comes on in the back when I brake, eh? As soon as he walked in the door, Kristen grabbed the stuff from Edward. They both went into the kitchen while they worked on dinner. I'm sorry for flipping out on you, Edward. Today was just a bad day. And all of a sudden, boom, smash, crash! Edward shakes his head and gets up. Kristen! Kristen! He calls out. Out of the corner of his eye, he sees Kristen standing there with her arms crossed, tapping her foot. What just happened? She screams. Edward tries to piece it all together. I think the sky fell on us. And they both looked up through the hole in the roof. As they sift through the debris, there's a knock on the door. Kristen goes to the door. And it is their neighbor, Big Guy Finley. He greets them both and says, I'm really sorry about that. I was working on my catapult, and once you know, the daggone safety was broken. Sorry about this. I hope you have insurance. Edward pounces on Kristen. Let me at him! Let me at him! She screams as she tries to fight Edward off. Big Guy Finley continues to apologize as Edward calmly loses his mind and Kristen flies off the handle. That's his catapult. Y'all come over to my house and I'll fix you some foods, Big Guy Finley says with a smile. Alright, sweetheart, you enjoy a nice bottle of pop? I got cola and orange. He tries to lighten her mood. Edward's picking up the disaster, but is lost with the size of the devastation. He submits to Big Guy Finley's generosity, and they all go for a walk back to his house. Me and Kristen. Big Guy Finley. He looks like Fabio. When Kristen and Edward walk inside their neighbor's house, they are shocked. This man was a neat freak. He had separate candy dishes for each color-coded chocolate. The smell was of a 5-star restaurant. What is that? Kristen says, while catching drool from the corner of her mouth. That there is a secret recipe of them ages. I got on my journey around the world last year. Kept in my deep freezer ever since. Edward and Kristen look at each other, then look at Big Guy Finley and say, What? He busts out with laughter. You gullible chickens. I just ate a steak with Montreal steak seasoning over hickory. Y'all cracks me up. And they went into the dining room and prepared for dinner. After dinner, Big Guy Finley leaves the dinner table and grabs something. I really am sorry about breaking your house. This here's the thingamajig that I don't need to know more, no how. Kristen takes the box and is about to open it when Big Guy Finley stops her. Open it at midnight goes a legend and things will be anew. Some jibber-jabber I can't make no sense from. They leave his house puzzled. They get back to their house where they look at the clock. It says 9:12 p.m. They look at the box. They, again, look at... Oh, pardon me. I think it's supposed to be. Then, again, look at the clock at 9:12. They look at each other, the box, and the clock, which reads 9:13. Kristen asks Edward, You want to open it up? He replies, Sure! They proceed to open the box. They cannot believe what they saw. The clock was laughing at them. Is that what I think it is? Edward asks Kristen. It looks like a dinosaur. I think it's a dinosaur. It's not a dinosaur, fool. It's a dragon. She explained. We get a hole in our roof and we get paid with a dragon? Yes! Edward is overjoyed. They calm down and look at each other without saying a word, but they are both thinking the same thing. What is happening at midnight? Confused and worried, they turn to the dragon. Their dragon. Dragon! Why were we supposed to wait till midnight to discover you? Edward yells. No reason. Big Guy Finley likes to mess with people. The dragon responds, Ah! Kristen and Edward scream. It talks, they say simultaneously. My name is Drake, like the coffee cake. Nice to meet you guys. Drake the dragon says. Hey! Hey! Hey you! Professor Vladimir yelled, and we're awake and startled. Great way to start your first day at school, falling asleep in class. In my class! Get out! Get out now, I say! Professor Vladimir shouted, ashamed and discouraged. Edward leaves the classroom, never to come back again. The end.